We're back in Italy once again for another round of the Formula One World Championship. And what a great race is in store for us today here at the oldest circuit on the calendar. Monza hosted its first race all the way back in 1922. With top speeds reaching 215 miles per hour, only a few places can challenge Monza's crown as the fastest circuit in F1. Hard braking zones going into the 3 chicanes make up the majority of the 11 corners on this 3.6-mile circuit. And just in case the slipstream wasn't enough, 2 DRS zones will help encourage some closer action. And as always, a man with plenty of racing experience joins me in the commentary box. Today it's Anthony Davidson. Tell me, Ant, you're no stranger to surviving the melee of turn 1. So how do you keep out of trouble when there's so much going on around you?
Well, the throttle goes both ways, Crofty. You've got to have the discipline not to try and win the race on the first lap, so always be prepared to lift early and give those around you more space. Trying to be the last of the late breakers with half a dozen cars around you may pay off from time to time, but it's also a great way to lose your front wing.
Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and Valtteri Bottas will line up alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Norris, Verstappen, Sergio Perez and Ricciardo, Gasly, Tsunoda, Sainz and Fernando Alonso, Leclerc, the Tiger, Esteban Ocon and Vettel, Stroll, Giovinazzi, Kimi Raikkonen and Nicholas Latifi, Mick Schumacher, Mazepin, Russell and Jack Aitken. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head to trackside for today's race.
Now that we've got some points on the board, let's continue this form and aim for another top 10 finish. Far too aggressive. Clean passes only. We don't want a penalty. No threat of rain for the time being. Conditions looking good. Dries seem like the best tyre for now. this lap, we can use DRS when you are within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone. Great maneuver. You made it look easy. Okay, the incident has been cleared. Let's get back up to racing speed. Go, go, go. You'll be racing on the exit. Complete. Go now. Jack is in the pits. Jack in the pits. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound. Don't panic just yet, but we've seen a problem at our end. We're looking into it. Not good news, I'm afraid. Seems like an engine issue. Good news, it looks like the fault has been fixed. P7 now. P7, Ricardo ahead. Our gap to the car in front is 4.9 seconds. Gasly is behind you. Okay, the gap behind is 2.1 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. The distance to the leader is 14.5 seconds. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Just 3 laps to go now. 3 laps. Information on Stroll. They're slowing down. It seems like there's some kind of problem with their car. Gap to teammate behind is 27.1 seconds. Condition is still looking good. This is your final lap of the race. There's only one lap of fuel remaining. To stay with him, he might make a mistake, but still regain the position. Race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
That's it for another Grand Prix and a fantastic win for Mercedes. Talk to me, Ants. What was it that set them apart from the competition today?
I'd say it was down once again to good, consistent driving, nailing the corners, working to the track conditions and perfecting the team's strategies. They got all of these things right today and the results speak for themselves.
After an excellent performance at the Grand Prix, I'm sure there'll be plenty of celebrations tonight amongst the Mercedes team, and they certainly deserve it. Our championship leader is still sat at the top of the standings, but their rivals have made up some solid ground today. So, Anthony Davidson, who would you rank as your driver of the day?
For me, it's Kimi Räikkönen, someone who definitely doesn't get enough attention for how well he performs out on the track.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. It was a tough race for our championship leaders who lose ground at the top of the table. I'm equal parts exhausted and elated with this weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for the next one.